Hello friends, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're re-diving deep into the epic Mahabharata to share a fascinating story that teaches a powerful lesson about humility. It's a tale about one of the most famous heroes of the era, the mighty Bhim, and a surprise encounter that changed his perspective forever. We all know about the Pandavas, the 5 sons of King Pandu, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nikal, and Saduv. Among these 5 celebrated brothers, Bhim was renowned for his incredible physical strength. His power was legendary, and he could accomplish feats that were impossible for ordinary men. However, with great power came a great challenge: pride. Over time, Bhim became extremely proud of his might. He started to believe that he was the strongest being in the entire world, and this belief began to cloud his judgment. He looked down upon others, thinking himself superior to everyone he met. This growing arrogance was becoming a problem, a weakness that could lead to his downfall. Lord Krishna, the divine guide of the Pandavas, saw this happening and knew something had to be done to humble his dear friend Bhim. So, he orchestrated a very interesting and humbling lesson. One day, Bhim was walking through a dense, ancient forest. As he strode confidently along the path, his foot suddenly struck something soft, yet unyielding. He looked down, annoyed at the obstacle, and saw the long, hairy tail of a monkey lying directly across his way. His eyes followed the tail, leading him to an old, frail-looking monkey resting peacefully under a large tree. The monkey seemed ancient, with weary eyes and a tired posture. Feeling his importance, Bhim didn't show any respect. Instead, he spoke with arrogance, his voice booming through the quiet forest. "Hey, monkey, get your tail out of my path. I need to pass." He stood there, expecting the creature to scurry away immediately. The old monkey turned his head very slowly, as if the effort was immense. He looked at Bhim with a gentle, tired gaze and said softly, "My dear sir, I am very old and not well. I don't have the strength to even lift my own tail. You, on the other hand, appear to be a man of great power. I beg you, would you be so kind as to simply move my tail aside and continue on your journey?" Hearing this humble request only fueled Bhim's pride. How dare this creature ask him, the mighty Bhim, to touch its filthy tail? He became even angrier. "You insolent animal," he shouted. "I will not touch your dirty tail. Move it yourself, and do it now." He was losing his patience, completely blinded by his own sense of superiority. The old monkey sighed, a sound full of weariness. "Brother, I truly am too weak. I cannot lift it. Perhaps you could use that great mace of yours to just nudge it aside for me." This suggestion was made so innocently, yet it held a hidden challenge that Bhim completely missed. Bhim scoffed at the idea. "What if I use my mace and accidentally break your fragile tail?" he asked, trying to sound intimidating. He expected the monkey to be frightened, but to his surprise, the old monkey just chuckled, a low, rumbling sound. He then looked Bhim straight in the eye and replied, "That is a risk, but what if your mace breaks while trying to move my tail?" This response completely stunned Bhim. He was furious. This wasn't a weak, old monkey. This creature was mocking him. How dare it question the strength of his legendary mace? Blinded by rage and arrogance, Bhim decided he would teach this monkey a lesson. He wouldn't just nudge the tail. He would send it flying. He positioned his mighty mace and gave the tail a powerful shove. Nothing happened. The tail didn't move an inch. Confused and now a little worried, Bhim tried again, putting more force behind the blow. Still, the tail remained exactly where it was, as if it were rooted to the very earth. Getting desperate, Bhim wedged the end of his mace underneath the tail, planning to use it as a lead. He gathered all his phenomenal strength, the same strength that could uproot trees and wrestle giants, and pushed with a mighty heave. His muscles strained, beads of sweat formed on his brow, but the tail did not budge. Not even a millimeter. He tried again and again, pouring every ounce of his power into the effort. He pushed and pulled until he was completely exhausted, panting for breath. But the monkey's tail was immovable. To his utter humiliation, Not only could he not move the tail, but his great mace was now firmly stuck beneath it. He couldn't even retrieve his own weapon. In that moment of complete failure, the fog of arrogance finally lifted from Bhim's mind. A wave of realization washed over him. He understood, with chilling clarity, that this was no ordinary monkey. No normal creature could possess such incomprehensible strength. His pride shattered into a million pieces. Humbled and ashamed, Bhim dropped to his knees. He folded his hands in respect and bowed his head before the old monkey. "My lord," he said, his voice now quiet and respectful, "you are no ordinary being. I have been a fool. Please, tell me who you are. Grant me the honor of knowing your true identity." The old monkey smiled, and his form began to change. He grew larger and larger, his frail body transforming into a divine, powerful figure radiating with a golden light. Standing before Bhim was the mighty Hanuman, the devoted servant of Lord Ram, in his magnificent, colossal form. Bhim stared in awe, his heart filled with reverence and regret. He bowed low, touching his forehead to the ground. "Forgive me, Mahabali, the mighty one. Crete, I failed to recognize you. I had become so drunk on the pride of my own strength that I was blind to everything else. You have shown me the truth. You have shattered my arrogance." Hanuman looked down at Bhim with a kind and forgiving smile. He blessed the Pandava prince, acknowledging his repentance. Bhim had learned a crucial lesson that day, that true strength is not just about physical power, but also about humility, wisdom, and respect for all living beings. His pride was gone, replaced by a newfound understanding that there are always powers in the universe far greater than our own. What a powerful story, isn't it? It reminds us that no matter how skilled or strong we become, arrogance can be our greatest enemy. Humility is the real sign of strength. Thanks for joining us for this tale from the Mahabharata. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire and enlighten. We'll see you in the next video.